will spend the rest of his life in prison. His victims' families, they made their own requests to the judge. Our Austin Kemker spent the day in the courtroom where the judge had some very tough words for Gleason.
Judge Bo Higginbotham said the penalty was the only appropriate sentence in this case, but his hands were tied by requests from the victims' families that Kenneth Gleason serve life in prison. Today, that's exactly what Gleason got.
A big smile, just glad, a big relief, you know. It's been a long road, a very long road. But
it's the closure Latrice and Lakeisha Flowers, family of Donald Smart, say they so desperately needed.
Knowing that he's not going to be able to hurt or harm anyone else, yes, it gives much closure. Yes.
Judge Higginbotham, who favored penalty over a life sentence, said there's simply nothing the penal system can do to rehabilitate Gleason. In September of 2017, Gleason Bruce Cofield on the corner of Acadian and Florida. Just 5 days later, he Donald Smart as he was walking to his overnight shift at the Louis Cafe near LSU. In the trial, Assistant District Attorney Dana Cummings were racially motivated and that Gleason hunted them down during his 5-day reign of terror.
It's been very hard. I had a close relationship with him. He took care of my kids with my sister, along with my sister. And he's very well missed, very well missed. It's like a brother to me. It's been hard. And still hard.
Before the sentence was handed down, representatives from both Cofield's and Smart's family testified about the loss of their loved ones. Smart's sister telling Gleason she forgives him, but asking the judge to keep him from committing any more heinous acts again. Gleason did not offer any statements.
It's hard, but we making it. So I'm just glad that the justice was served, and just happy birthday to Donald.
The family of Donald Smart tells me this sentence comes on what would have been Smart's 53rd birthday, saying this was a great birthday present. At the courthouse, Austin Kemker, WAFB 9 News.
All right. Peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. There you hear the story about the case of 27-year-old Kenneth Gleason, who was 27 at the time, that he took the lives of two black men, Bruce Cofield and Donald Smart, in what, as you heard, were racially motivated acts of violence. And what's strange about this case, once again, it happened in September of 2017, where he just happened upon the homeless man, Bruce Cofield, and took his life. And 3 days later, they say he was charged. Now, when they say he was charged, I don't know if he was arrested and released or they just named him as a suspect. However, 2 days later is when he took the life of Donald Smart on his way to his job. So within a period of 3 days, he took two lives. And fortunately for the family, they didn't, find the technicality to let him off. And he was given a life sentence. And at first I thought the family of Donald Smart were just being kind and loving, but capital punishment would have been too easy for him. That's a way out for him. So spending the rest of his life in prison, I understand, the family's wishes for that. But what I don't understand is the police not charging him with a hate crime, being that also during that time, they said he shot through the house of the only black family who lived on his street in the suburban area in which he stayed in. And so you have him taking the lives of two men, you have him shooting in the house of another black family, and you have the prosecutor saying that the crimes were racially motivated. Not only that, they went and looked up, his social media, and they found Nazi propaganda and other racially insensitive material on his media platform. And so there you have clear-cut, bright-eyed evidence of these acts being racially motivated, but then where is the hate crime charge? And again, I always say it's one thing to make these laws and make these bills, but it's another thing to enforce them in cases in which they need to be enforced. Now, I've done some stories about black men who committed crimes and they automatically charge them with that hate crime label. And so this is, in my opinion, just another example of the double standard, the two-edged, the two-faced justice system that we face. However, this story also came with a later twist. Now, just watch this article about what happened to Mr. Gleason when he got to Angola prison.
Hey everyone, we're going to start you off at 4 with some breaking news. A Baton Rouge man convicted earlier this year for the racially motivated of 2 men back in 2017 has been found in his prison cell. Our Lester Douay joins us in the Alert Center with what we know right now. Lester?
Tisha, multiple sources confirmed to WFB that Kenneth Gleason was found with a bedsheet around his neck inside his cell at Angola. Records show that Gleason was transferred to Angola just 2 days ago from the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. Back in April, a jury found Gleason guilty of first for Donald Smart and Bruce Cofield. The East Baton Rouge DA's office did not seek penalty in this case after Smart's family reportedly asked for a life sentence instead. While it appears Gleason took his own life, a full investigation into it is being launched. We're expecting to hear from the Louisiana Department of Corrections within the next hour. We'll have an update for you ahead at 5. Tisha.
All right. So, as they say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. You see, when he got to Angola, and they said it was just days after he transferred there, that he was found with a bed sheet tied around his neck. Now, they're trying to say that he ended his own life, which may be true. Or if anybody knows about the prison system, Angola is one of the toughest, most violent prisons in America. And so maybe a couple of brothers heard about what he did to a couple of brothers and, got up in that cell block and, strangled them or, did whatever. Or, like you said, he realized that he wasn't going to make it anyway after people find out what he done, because we all know most of the prisons are majority black. So this is a case of swift, immediate, and reciprocal justice, turn of events that allowed Mr. Gleason to get what he pretty much deserved. But once again, my thing is that even in that article, you heard them say the crimes were racially motivated. And so my question is, why wasn't he charged with a racially motivated crime? So, and this once again happened in 2017. It took them 4 years to convict him or plead guilty. And only after a month after that, I think his case ended in August, and that incident where his life was snatched happened in September. And so, I don't know, once again, what made him do what he did. Demon, devilish spirit, or once again, it's just the inherent, latent, blatant historical hatred for black men that, or black people in general that, certain people in this nation have. I don't know, but once again, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. In this case, vengeance was swift, exact, and immediate. And so y'all let me know what y'all think about this case in the comment. One case, once again, I've never heard. So if it wasn't for, doing some research, I would have never known about this case. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank you for everybody who support the channel, like, subscribe, and share the videos. Peace and love.